I am DM Zone, this is the Gamer's Oasis. We're going to play some more Entropy Universe. Okay guys, this is another 15 ped hunt with the Bukin. In this particular hunt I'm going to be using the Bukin unadjusted, with no armor, using the Vivo S10 if I ever need heals. Generally I don't need heals, but in case I do, that's what I have. To finish off things, if I need, I got the maze hammer. Now I want to go ahead and talk briefly about a new engine that the Entropy runs off of. And I put a little thing over here so you can see it. It talks about the fact that maybe it could be done as a phone app game like Entropy Universe. Personally, I don't foresee that being possible. Maybe if you were to do like it planet by planet with actual space travel and doing the full function of the game, I don't think that would be plausible. I think if you were to do it with a phone app, you might be able to sweat and run around and do those type of things. Though I think anything you did that involved creatures or one of the many aspects of making money, such as sweating, looking for stone, mining, that type of stuff, hunting, I think would be grossly misused. Personally, I think that it would be a great way for the social aspect of the game to be there, for people to be able to talk while they're offline, which is a huge part of this game anyways. And I think it would restructure a lot of what happened in the game, and that you would have people that would play for months or maybe even years and never even have a desktop at home to play on, because they just sat there and chatting with social, or maybe doing other things around like the apartment or whatever. But you'd have to have probably some sort of fast travel for like housing and whatnot, so the person would not have to leave what they're doing to go there. So either like digital connections, or remotely being there, or like even transferring your psyche from one place to another place so that you're walking around as like a hologram or something of that nature, so that you would load up the game and you would be there, but your physical body, your ability to collect and do things would not be there. But you'd be able to operate like a terminal, buy stuff, sell stuff on Calypso, kind of some sci-fi variation of what's going on. I think that if they were to allow people to physically transfer from one area to another area, they'd have to consider getting rid of the player versus player. Surely it would be unfair to either not allow players to be attacked if they were on a phone versus a computer, and surely the interactions between two players and all the preciseness that probably goes on with it, plus the loot and what they have and all that type of stuff, would be more than what you'd want to trust to a phone. My big thought is, if they do this, they probably would have to do it for each plant, so it'd be very plant specific, which makes that if you did it for one plant and not for other plants, like let's say Calypso did not do it, it could actually pull a lot of people away from Calypso to maybe Arcadia or Monuras, which is just a moon off of Calypso, if you were to do it that way. Or maybe Next Island, because they're doing so much stuff, they're able to do it. Probably not. But let's just say one planet, whatever planet it might be, were to do it. That planet would instantly have a huge advantage in drawing the attention of all the people that play this game. It would almost instantly become the trading hub center, because most people would be doing day trading type stuff while they're at work, on a break or whatever, looking at stuff or checking out auctions they couldn't check out before. Even if you could access these places remotely through like a digital version of yourself, like maybe we went back to Johnny Mnemonic with Keanu Reeves, where he basically put himself into the Matrix and would do that, or Matrix-like characters that would be able but then you're going to have pioneer type stuff in that area potentially too, and then that would be a whole different issue. Or if you're going to go back to another sci-fi type game that came out in the mid 90s, early 90s called Shadowrun, they had two ways of doing it. They had astral projection, and then they had Deckers. Yeah, I had DJ stuck in my head. It's not DJ, it's Deckers. Deckers would be able to jack into the system, enter the matrix, and then travel to where they want to do, conduct business, bypass security systems, and all sorts of stuff like that. We kind of have elements of that with like the hacking skills you can do and that type of stuff when you're on like Arcadia through the smuggler side of things. But if you were to do that, and let's say you picked the other side and you weren't a smuggler, man, you'd be at such a huge disadvantage. So they'd have to make this available that corporate hackers or deckers and smuggler deckers could be that. And then if the only place you could get those skills was here in Arcadia, then what would they say to places like Cyrene, which is a military outpost that's more of a jungle human, type of thing, where it's like they went to a place and invaded. There's no infrastructure for this stuff. So I wonder what this really means. Personally, it makes me a little nervous about this thing, because I think that the possibility for this is a complete wild card. Like, you don't know where it's going to go, what it's going to do, how it's going to affect things. With my understanding of the game, there's probably 10 or 20 times the amount of stuff that's actually out there that it would affect that I don't even know, because I'm a fairly new player at less than a year. So, what do you guys think about this? Let me know down in the comments. Let's have a little bit of a discussion on it. I personally am hoping that maybe they open up the social side and bring it back to the roots of the game and allow people to be able to access things on the market. I'll tell you, if they do that, the way I play this game will be different, because just like everyone else, the drive will be there to either feed the market or to manipulate the market. A lot of people are going to be trying to do both, really. Excuse me. But they're going to try and manipulate the market. They're going to have way more experience than me, and they're going to be way more, they're going to be able to invest a lot more money into it. So what I'm going to try and do is more probably snipe the market. Kind of like what Serial Overdrive talked about, where he found the margins between things and then made profit. I'm going to do the same type of thing, except I'm going to find the thing that maybe is local to me, that I could then get to a market that would be more beneficial. Because if the market is more explosive and more and bigger, then there will be certain things that people will need. An example could be furniture. You might need more chairs, more tables, more social interaction type stuff. You might need hair gels and a barber shop type of thing. And that is something you could set up while you're doing your messages back and forth, stating things like, hey, I'm over here on this planet, I'll be online, officially online, this time and this time, I'm digital until then, hit me up if you have any questions, boom, that type of stuff. I think that could be kind of interesting, but I think that'd be a very hard and long way to go. Anyways, so let me go ahead and talk a little bit about this particular run in Entropia. Now that we got the latest news, I guess you could say, about the Unreal Engine. So in this particular hunt, like, virtually nothing cool happened. I got some good loot, but I got no major skill bonuses, no profession jumps, nothing like that. But I got some wool, looks like, and I got some hairspray, and I got some tier 1 components. Believe me, I cannot wait for the time that I'm able to hunt things that drop higher than tier 1 components. I know that eventually I will get there, but I am the I won't say I'm tired of seeing the same ones. I'm eager to see other things. Um, I realize I've got way more socket one components, or whatever you call it, socket ones, than I do tier one components. And I don't know how many you need for each upgrade, but I've not sold any of the ones I've had, so basically I hope to have enough to upgrade my Bukin, my Vivo when it gets there, my Maze Hammer when it gets there, and all my Scout Armor when it gets to tier 1. I'm going to do all my Scout Armor basically at the same time though, so it kind of tiers together, just so I can see how much longer one takes to do than the other. Scout Armor, basically all I'm going to try and do with that is just add extenders to it, give it more and more health so that it takes longer and longer for me to lose points of defense, so that it's actually useful in bigger hunts. And then we'll go from there. But yeah, this one here, it just was a whole lot of killing and a whole lot of normal style loot, I guess you could say, and nothing super spectacular, you know, no more smoothers, which I've only got one time out of all these hunts. In the last video I talked about getting a scope. A hunt like this I would love to see with a scope. An extra 34 ped worth of decay potential. I don't know how much that would actually translate into. That's one of the things I'm eager to find out, was how quickly I'll go through a 34 ped scope. Then if I can even keep up with that. I mean, good lord, 34 ped and scope is a lot. But yeah, I guess we'll go from there and see what happens. Anyways, here's the stats, and I'll let you check it out. And I hope you have a great day. Talk to you guys later. And keep burning that ped, and let me know what you guys think about this new engine and how it's going to affect the Tripper universe. Thank you, and have a good day. Bye. Why all of a sudden? Why?